when it happens, it happens, and it happened. An emotional pop with the right individuals that removed all the trauma from, guess what, the Chicago Police Department. I'm not going to explain how or why. There's no need for that. If that story has to come out, it will. Believe me, it has been in my mind on rewind for a long time, meaning I will be able to, again, explain it. But why? That's self-regulation, self-control. And the biggest thing that happened is it is removed. The brainwashing, the treatment, and the thoughts and the stories that certain groups of people use about another certain groups of people. These stereotypes, but it comes from a really dark place that is kind of gross because you're now trying to get away from this narrative and justify things through, what social constructs exist and that people just accept without questioning. So I like to defy that stereotypes. And that's why I want to do it differently. Hotness, money, those things don't matter, and they shouldn't. It's the stuff on the inside. And that's why we're going to now really press in, because like I said, I never thought I could be able to explain it. I tried to explain it to my best friend, and I think they understood exactly what I was saying. And from that moment on, they looked at me, and I remember thinking, what's that look that you have? And that's it. So I will tell you, no longer my best friend, that's for sure. Because you gotta have any friend that has your back. I'm gonna talk about friendship much later in this and in the future. But just so you know, this is all what it comes down to. Okay, the people you tell your secrets to. The people that hold on to the burden of your life. Because I'm doing the same for you, right? Anyway, it's very interesting what people can do. And like I said, I learned because for the first time I was different. I didn't have that ability to hold the mantras or hold the thought, gosh, well, something must be happening privately for them to be doing this. But geez, for them to be acting this way, they must be going through something big. Okay, well, I'm just going to be a better friend. I'm going to listen better. I'm going to give better advice. I'm really going to stay in the moment with them and try to help them through it. No, they're just lying. The stories people tell, the emotions they're trying to create, even though it's not, emotion is genuine, let's say, but the way they're getting there is not genuine. Or they're not lying, and this is a moment you are having a true friendship, connection. But then it's not reciprocated. And it's like, wait a minute, how many times have I been there for you? And these are then the stories that other people tell you, like, oh my God, now I'm listening to you and your friend's issue. Friends alliances, I saw this already. I saw a lot of stuff in high school, so I kind of felt like I got over all this a long time ago, and it all bubbled up again. Like, wait a minute, I wasn't expecting this to happen, but it did. I'm really happy it did. Hallelujah to violence. And in college is when I decided no more lunches. I don't want to meet you for lunch. I'm going to throw a house party. I'm going to invite all my friends, invite only. And that's how we're going to do this because I'm really busy. I babysat a ton. When I moved to Chicago, I had experience working in a restaurant. And yet I moved to Chicago. There's no way. I did it for a couple months and realized I decided to work with kids instead. It was better for my schedule. I could get homework done. And that's it. And there was also a voice in my head going on and on and on about kids. Oh my goodness, the use of kids. I didn't realize that, again, these voices were guiding me to my future. Again, the use of kids in these bachelor and bachelorette parties. It doesn't care how old you get. You are so dependent on this traditional way of thinking, and it just kept happening. So again, no thanks, avoidant, reject that. And that's why the compare and contrast is between what I learned in these families. I babysat a ton. That's when I discovered Lincoln Park. And in any social setting, instead of just focusing on the job or the kids, oh goodness, other nannies talking, you see the parents behaving, and you realize, wow, money really doesn't buy happiness. Goodness gracious, why are you still talking about this? It's about providing for a child, correct? That's the ultimate, the most important thing. As long as there's a balance between the emotional as well, and that's the issue. The most dramatic, most severe, most ridiculous. I was pretty stupid, and I've said this to myself over and over, like, why do I say that? I don't say that. I don't allow my students to say it. So it's their words. I get to hear their words through my voice in my head over and over again until I figured it out. And I would not have gotten here without trusting my gut in every single way. And like I said, a true advocate is the advocate that tells you to your face in the moment when you need it, that first response. There's the bell to indicate a transitional moment. Those transitional words. First, then, next, second, finally. I can't remember anymore. And then transitions in the house and a transition in school. Please take out your yellow notebook. All right, everyone, line up for gym. And in your home. Oh man, moving through. Yikes. Okay, as I stated, I just took the worst and made it the best, but the worst is singing, and I'll tell you why later, or not. Just know it's all created by them, the abusers. I never thought I would ever be able to just get it out. So again, thank you, violence. We're happy. or dinging, which means the dinger on my phone is on. That's a first. I did it last week as well, but then I turned it off for church instead of turning my entire phone off. It's just that little switch on the side is difficult. And when they say silent mode on or off, I have to think, does that mean it's on or off? Does that mean it rings or doesn't? It just takes time for me to understand it. And so it's better just to turn it off. Now it's silent mode. Oopsies. I turned it. Wait, what does it say? On. Off. Silent mode off. So that means it's on. I know, it's a little confusing, but that was the goal, because I said if I want to be successful, I'm gonna have to hear my phone ring. I do have notifications off though. It's just the noise, but also, you know, when people when people mess up your phones, when people take the plug out and your phone's not charged for the day. I had a Samsung phone. In fact, I'll take a photo of it and I'll share it. It's an old school phone. This story really starts in 2009 when I met Neptune. All right, this is yesterday. Goodbye.
All right, well, I got through this brainwashing. I didn't know it was going to bubble up, but I had this dream. All right, we're going to listen to the noise first. Then we're going to listen to a conversation I had with a friend, Pickles, who lives in Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love.
All I know is when little kids show us what we have inside, if we don't check it out and deal with it, it's very scary. They hurt themselves and they get sick of hurting themselves. They want to hurt others. They're getting some sort of sensation. So I'm going to share what I observed with people that are hurting and the people that hurt themselves, and then they are sick of it and they have to hurt others in these shame and guilt cycles. And then I'm explains about, and I'm also going to share some people that, yikes, they get hurt or they think they got hurt. And it's really just bullying and constantly feeling a certain way, unwanted, unloved. No one lets me speak. I ruin everything. And it's the insiders, the people that you would think wouldn't be doing the most harm, do the most harm. Like I said, these emotions, you got to get them under control. So finally, my emotions are under control. I'm purposely kind of talking slowly. Whew, I feel calm. I don't hear any noise. It's kind of wild. I kind of giggle. I giggle to myself sometimes. I'm smiling all day. But when I tell this story, I don't know if that's going to go away. So just be patient. The inside is now on the outside. It's really that simple. So here we go. Okay, so the recordings in here are kind of interesting to me. I had this dream about police officers. It was the most bizarre thing ever, and I described it, and I'm going to share it soon. But first, let's listen to this one.
Oh, right.
What happens next?
What happens next?
So again, my voice. If no one's going to ask me, or the people that are asking me is making my body pop, then no thanks. I do not want to establish any sort of, tit for tat, because that gratitude, everything popped up, and I was so grateful for just the tiniest little things, because that's life and suicide. When you have suicide, you're looking for anything, and that's where I knew, oh my God, this is the most dangerous condition ever. No one gets to rescue me. All right, so here we go. This was all the time I spoke to get this out.
On my level, eye to eye.
Hands on my shoulders.
Butthead.
Instead of you
telling me all
conditions
and the
rules
and
what
I'm supposed to
do
in order to survive.
Because the officer said,
I'm an idiot. I accept it. I don't know enough.
The officer said, from never having comfort in my body again. That's what's bubbling up at night.
Officer said,
he's not gonna kill you, you're safe. And I get it.
Oh, W. For win, because I'm in Chicago.
And I think I sound pretty good. There's no emotional pop. I'm getting prepared for it, but it's not there. It's not in my body anymore. Something truly happened in this dream. I know is when little kids show us what we have inside. If we don't check it out and deal with it, it's very scary. They hurt themselves and they get sick of hurting themselves. They want to hurt others. They're getting some sort of sensation. So I'm going to share what I observed with people that are hurting and the people that hurt themselves. And then they are sick of it and they have to hurt others in these shame and guilt cycles. I had this dream and I'm trying to remember it because it's fading already, except the voice is there. I'm walking down a street. I have this fear of going down this street, and I test myself every day, and then especially on Wednesday. The fear is real, so I always try to walk down there on Wednesday. The fear is of this person who said, I'm going to kill you. If you tell the police, I'm going to kill you. And the police are in front of me. There's 4 of them, just like the 4 that were in my house when I called 911 for the first time. And when I called 911 for the first time, they showed up. And I told them what happened. My adrenaline was off the chart. I could tell because I was talking fast. And at one point they said, this is a matter for the FBI. I'm like, what? Because of the use of technology? So they left. And I don't know what that feeling was, but wow. Roar! Amy, that's your meow. Really? Now you're not going to meow? Okay, anyway. Roar! And that's in a video somewhere. I'm going to find it. It was the first time I roared. It was the first time I felt this feeling, and all I could think was end PTSD. End this PTSD crap, this diagnosis. I told you, the police. I made a report in 2015 when something could have been done. And I kept trying and trying and trying and find out from the detective. The police officers don't know. Even the advocate who said I've been in this office for 20-some years didn't know the statute of limitation. And that's why he stalked me for that long. He stopped after 3 years. They have knowledge. And who was the only person who needed to know? It was in year 3. See a theme going on here? The question was, my family wants to know why we're not getting married. And I'm like, well, we talked about it. And I kind of started giving him a roadmap, not because I particularly wanted to get married, but at this point, there was something that was happening. The words, he never got the girl. I'm walking the annual Christmas photos. So we had to take a lot of photos. And I'm trying to explain the fear of going down this street. And I test myself. I'm going to go there yet. Every day. And then especially on Wednesday. Let me get back to my dream. I'm delaying it because I don't want it to bubble up. The officers are in front of me. And they are asking me a question. What's going on? What are you doing out here?
And
The fear is...
I believe that my body will finally let it go and believe. That's it. It's super stubborn. It doesn't believe it's safe. It doesn't believe it's not gonna die by my hands of another person. And I'm going to articulate it with my voice so I know I'm not going to not deny what it feels.
Why are you in front of me? But that's okay. I'm talking to them. I'm noticing all the little things on their chest. I'm thinking, why is there more than a handcuffs? What's all this stuff there? I remember staring at the stuff and trying to focus on who to look at because there's 4 of them. But the one in front kind of takes the lead. And I start explaining about my fear and what I'm trying to do to dampen it, just like how I would cross the river when going to the union, the teacher union, first at the merchandise mart that wasn't across the river, and then at 111 Wacker Drive, crossing the river, and that anticipation and dread. Because he knew I couldn't swim, and he was very clear how he was going to kill me. 2 ways, and then kill the cat. The fear is rising. It's coming out of me. I don't know if you guys are going to hear it. Actually, I feel pretty good. I've been spending a lot of time actually dealing with it. Look, this much time. That's how many times I talked about it. That's how many times I captured it in the moment, one-on-one. Bubbled up, caught it. I don't think it's going to happen again. I say the words, he's going to kill me. And my body explodes, and I'm having that moment, and I'm tears bursting from my eyes. It's all over my body. But it's a good cry. I can feel it in my dream. And the thing that he did was he got down eye-to-eye level. He got to my eye-to-eye level, and his face got really big in front of me, and his eyes got huge. And he said, he's not going to kill you. You're safe. In a very authoritative tone, right? Very clear. And he said it twice. He's not going to kill you. You're safe. And that's it. Broke the spell. And it didn't pop up this time. So the most interesting thing, the best thing, the thing that I want to share, the thing that makes me think there's still hope out there, is people do know the best things to say. And they're the ones that are with the victims each and every day. Anyway, when this person wanted to make sure I was listening, as I would say, you're not looking me in the eyes. I know you're lying to me. And I kept talking back. And maybe that's why I got took away my voice, so I didn't hear anything, and he thought he broke me. No, he didn't. I just couldn't talk. But I could hear you, and that's when he let all this stuff out. He was quizzing me on numbers. He was unplugging my phone. He also, I'm just thinking it. I'm not going to say it. And the best part is the next day I woke up and I felt like I had been just relaxed because it had been exhausted. A hot sauna and an ice cold bath, deep tissue massage, and I just felt totally chill, and my brain connected, and I realized that's it. The feeling of not being loved. That's suicide. And the words he used to call me not lovable, and that I would have to date in order to eat. Excuse me. That's something we talked about in the past. How women had to do that. So you were listening, and all these audio triggers to create a narrative about women. That's what this is about. So fuck it. I'm just gonna say it. What happened in that dream? Fine. I can barely. It made me fearless. And you know what? I don't have no fear. I say that, no fear. No, fearless. Zero fear. There's none. It's not about no fear. Fear doesn't exist anymore. Looking me in the eyes, literally getting lower so his eyes were matching my eyes, and saying, he's not going to kill you. You're safe. And I started crying. It came up instantly. Feeling was just all over your body. And I started sobbing and telling him, I'm going to die. He's going to kill me. Whoa, sorry. A little bit. Just a little bit. He said, no, he's not. He's not going to kill you. You're safe. And it was loud, and it was great because he looked at me in my face. And that's what my ex-husband would do. Come really close to my face and tell me the worstest shit. And this time this time it changed it. Bubbling up out of me, and oh my God, I'm happy. It's not scary anymore.
I think as time goes on, people are going to,
He
they're going to
said
start
it.
to see,
Easier to get girls and stuff. He buys them. That's why the words, I don't want to pay for sex.
And I thought, because we're talking about how, I'm not really into dating because I had a bad experience, I just really focus on work. Plus, when you talk to people in this city, it seems they want to know what you do, what you drive, what your parents do. It just felt like I was getting this response when I tell them what my parents did. Oh, he's not talking about this date as we go Dutch on our first date and we talk about.
I remember.
And then all he talks about is money and money and money.
Happening.
And he talks about money, and I help him pay his student loans. And that night,
an audio trigger
with his parents.
Really strong. There's no visual.
And you really meant I don't want to pay for sex.
But you hear it all day long.
Go on dates with girls.
You have to title it. The title is audio
now
triggers.
Now it's a different world, right? I checked in with some of my friends. Yeah, first
you don't
date.
Have to do severest,
in my time, it was wait till
severest,
the third
but
date.
Put a star
and quite frankly,
next to the ones that you think you may want to write with, as you write it.
Or if you can't write because of fine motor or just shaky hands or no confidence or, oh God, that touch, the paper trail, the pen, then you can use a sticker. Can you use the peel off motion? And if not, I can assist. Here, put the stickers on your fingers, take them off, but we're going to do it, but we're going to share the work. All right, I'm sorry, but special ed will pop out on me every on occasion. Thank you.